Hi, welcome F45, French's Forest, and Coff's Harbour members and family. I'm Terra Nova, and this is the first of a series of customized yoga videos that I'm going to be doing to help everyone so we can all continue to work out as a team, keep on with our daily routines, healthy habits, and live our best lives despite the global pandemic that's happening right now. So if you haven't discovered how you can be part of the online community, F45 online community yet, just click the link in the post and join us, because we're going to be moving all of this content into the members only page starting next week, or a few days whenever this video gets posted. So please enjoy this first one. This first one's for everyone. And if you don't have 30 minutes right now, you can just save the video to your favorites and remember to go back later and check out all the other content that they're posting right now. And yeah, come back when you do have the time, because it's one of the most important things you can do right now is just take care of yourself so that you can help to take care of those around you, those that need it more. And so what I'm going to do is this video, we're going to do a little bit of a meditation, a little bit of movement, and a little bit of stretching. So you get a little bit of everything. And if you want, you can click through to the part that you want to go for, or that you want to that you want to practice the most. So it's not like a normal F45 class. You can skip the parts that you don't feel like doing. So we'll start with the meditation. And in this class, you're going to learn a meditation technique to help dispel negative thoughts, especially around concerning coronavirus. So this meditation is called Tong Len, and it's a Buddhist meditation. And what it does is it kind of turns upside down, reverses the way that we think about things being positive or negative. Because normally what we do is we tend to avoid painful or uncomfortable situations, but in this exercise we're going to turn our suffering into our medicine. So when we breathe in, we're going to breathe in the pain of somebody that we know is suffering, or a group of people, or maybe people we don't even know. Maybe it can just be anybody around the world that might be hurting because of this pandemic. And when we exhale, we're going to exhale that person or those people relief from that pain. So when we do this, we understand that everyone feels the same way when they experience joy or pain. And that can really help unite us rather than tearing us apart, even though we're half a social distancing thing. It's actually really cool to think that this is one of the, probably maybe the only time in human history where we've globally been united so much against stopping something like this, something that affects everyone so much. So that's so amazing. So when we do this, when we breathe in another's pain and we exhale and bring them relief, then we dissolve that tightness in our hearts, and that in turn just makes us more compassionate, more understanding, and that's a good thing. That makes the world a much better place. So let's begin together, okay? And you don't need anything for this practice, just yourself, maybe a couple comfy pillows or something for the end, or for the meditation in the beginning, just to get comfortable. And let's try to sit up nice and tall so that we're nice and focused. And as you're sitting here, you can either close the eyes or you can just relax your gaze into one point. And just take a couple deep breaths here, in through the nose, out through the mouth. And just slowing it down on both sides. Inhaling through the nose. Slow exhale. Last one, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Even longer. Good. Now we're going to be breathing in and out through the nose. Just keeping the lips relaxed. Keeping the whole face relaxed. Letting the spine sit nice and proud but not rigid. We're going to practice coming out of the thinking mind and coming into the experiential mind. So start to just bring into your head an image or a feeling or just an aura of pain. Something personal that you can relate to, something you may have experienced yourself, and what you're feeling about going through now with the coronavirus. And just feel that heaviness and that darkness. Also bringing into mind a person or a group of people that might be suffering, experiencing this pain right now. So as you inhale, in your next inhale, inhale this pain into yourself, feeling it fill you up, inhaling from every single pore, like you're a sponge just soaking into it. And as you exhale, bring them relief and feel that lightness, feel that beauty of the exhale, sending it out to that person or those people. And just keep going like this, inhaling that pain and that darkness, exhaling that relief and that light. And you can do this for yourself as well, just as well, if you're feeling that same sort of pain. Healing yourself at the same time. Just concentrating on imagining that you can breathe with the whole body, inhaling that pain into yourself. And then transmuting it out into relief, into healing. Few more breaths like this. Just filling up with the whole body. Good. Last breath in. Letting it out. Good. On the next inhale, let's lift our arms all the way up to the sky. Bring the palms of the hands together. And then exhale, bring the hands down into your heart. Just letting the thumbs rest on top of that breastbone. And maybe here, if you have something that you'd like to dedicate your practice to, or an intention, something to remind yourself why you're here, why you've come to practice this yoga, this movement, this meditation. And if you can't think of anything, you can always dedicate yourself to your breath, right? That's what's going to separate this exercise from the other F45 exercises, is that conscious connection with your breath here. And we'll begin when you're ready on that exhale, just dropping the hands down. And we'll come on to all fours. From this position, spreading the fingers nice and wide. Inhaling, looking up, squeezing the shoulder blades together, lifting the tailbone up to dropping the belly. And then exhaling, looking down, lifting the spine, tucking the tailbone. And then inhaling, opening up the front of the body, maybe curling the toes under behind you. And then exhaling, tucking the chin, looking behind, flattening out the tops of the feet. Good, and then just keep going like this, following your own breath. Really good exercise here just for connecting to the breath. Exhale out, lift the spine. Inhale, in, drop the belly. Good. Good, one more. Good. When you come back to that neutral position, we're going to untuck the toes so they're flat behind you. Press into the hands, press into the tops of the feet, and just lift the knees 1 inch up off of the mat. And if this is too difficult for you, you can just turn the toes in underneath. If you want more, top of the feet. And then on the inhale, lift that right foot up behind you, straighten out the leg, and then exhale, tuck the knee. Try and see if you can touch the tricep. 2 more, inhaling, lifting up, exhaling, knee to tricep. And then last one, exhaling, and dropping it back down. Good, so if this is too much on your wrists, you can also come onto the fists. It can help a lot. Just keeping them nice and straight. Left leg coming up off of those knees. Inhaling, left leg out straight. Exhaling, knee into tricep. Tucking the tailbone. Last one. Good, and dropping both knees. We'll come into our down dog. Hands spread nice and wide with the fingers, lifting up the hips, sending the heels down towards the earth. And as much as you can, trying to drop that chest in towards the legs. You can bend the knees if you need to help keep the spine from rounding, the lower spine. And then once you get there, see how hard or easy it is for you to start to bring those heels down to the floor. 3 breaths here. And as you're here, you're keeping those hands connected, all 10 knuckles pressing down. Arms are nice and straight. Triceps are wrapping towards the back of the mat. Feel the shoulders turn on, broadening across the back. Last breath in. Exhaling, lowering those heels even more. And then inhaling, shifting your way into the top of your plank. Exhale when you get there. Shoulders are right stacked on top over those wrists. Tucking the tailbone just a little bit. trying to shorten that space between the bottom of your rib cage and your hip points. So your abs start to turn on a little bit. Legs are nice and straight out behind you. And then inhale, lift that right foot up. Exhale, knee in towards the tricep. Stepping it back, inhale. Exhale. Last one, keeping that foot hovering over the mat if you can. Good, and then slowly step that foot up in between the hands. And we're gonna come up into a high lunge. So both your toes are pointing straight to the front of the mat. Before you come up, press into the feet, engage that core, and then inhale, sweeping the arms up. So they're sticking straight up to the sky, and then exhaling, engaging into that front glute. Feeling that back, feeling the quads turn on. As you inhale, you're gonna look up into that space in between the hands. And then as you exhale, you're going to bring that imaginary ball behind the head. Lift the heart up. Inhale. Exhale, bring the hands down to the earth. Keep the hands completely flat here. As you inhale, step back. Exhale, lower down. And you can come all the way down if you want, or if you just want to hover here, stay here. Untuck the toes. And then press into the arms. Come all the way up, wrap the shoulders back, open up through the heart, keep pressing down into those L's and the pointer finger in your hand, and then roll over the toes. Exhale back to your down dog. One breath here, fingers spread wide, toes spread wide. Inhale, exhale through the nose. Moving from the tailbone all the way up to the crown of the head, whipping the spine forward, coming into your plank. Inhale as you go. Exhale to land in the plank. Shoulders squared back. Arms nice and long. Legs nice and long. And then inhaling, left foot hovers. Exhale, knee touches that tricep. Quad touches the chest. Inhaling, lifting the foot, hovering back. Exhaling, squeezing it in. Last time, keep pointing the toe, engage the whole leg. Lift it up even higher. Exhale, touch that tricep, step it on up through. Right, and remember, if you can't do what I'm saying, remember, I'm just a guide. You're doing the best you can. Any of these movements. Press into the feet. Inhale, lift the arms up, come up. Exhale, settle down into the hips here. And when I say settle, we're not dumping into them. We're engaging the legs so we can sit into them. And then reach the arms up, rise up out of them, look up into that space. Exhale, arms behind the ears, opening up through the heart at the same time. Exhale, hands to frame that foot, fingertips in line with the toes. Press into the hands as you step back. Inhale, exhale, lower. Inhale, open up. Good. Exhale, keep pressing into those hands evenly. Exhale to your down dog. We're going to inhale that right foot all the way up to the sky into three-legged down dog. And then exhale, knee into the chest, shoulders over the wrists, hovering, and then kick it back. Back to where you were, three-legged down dog, straightening out that leg, nice straight arms. 2 more times. Hovering, exhaling, inhaling, straightening. Good, last one. Following the rhythm of your own breath. And then exhale, knee into the chest. Slow step to the front of the mat, in between the hands. This time I'm going to drop that back heel, rise up into warrior one. Arms reaching all the way up overhead. And then exhaling. Relaxing down. Feeling the power of the feet. Press the feet down into the earth and then lift up out of those hips. Exhale, bring the hands behind you. Interlacing the fingers. Rolling the shoulders back together. Squeezing the triceps together. And then keep that spine nice and long. As you exhale, fold forward. Head comes to the inside of that foot. Hands reach up towards the sky. Good. Pull the belly button in towards the spine here. Keep pushing that right knee out to the right and keep looking back to that left foot and trying to lift the inside arch up off of the floor. Good. As we inhale, as if someone's pulling your hands from behind you, you're going to come back up. Open up through the heart like someone's got a meat hook in your heart and they're lifting it up towards the sky. And then exhale, release the hands, frame the foot with them and step that right foot back. Option here to hover that foot as you come down, elbows pointing behind you, and then bring it down to meet the left. Open up, roll those shoulders back, and exhale to down dog. Inhale, left foot up. Exhale, knee to nose, shoulders over wrist, dropping the hips in line with those shoulders, and then 2 more times. Inhaling, kicking it back. Exhale, knee to nose, shoulders over wrist. See if you can slow down the breathing so you slow down the movement. Letting the breath come before the movement, always. Good, and on that last hover, controlled step as best you can up between the hands. Drop the back heel and inhale. Rise up, warrior one. So when we're in warrior one, the chest is coming towards the front of the mat, the center of the heart. Even though the hips want to open out to our right here, we're trying to bring them in line with the heart as well. Good, inhale, look up. Exhale, hands to interlace behind you. See if you can interlace the opposite thumb than you normally do on top. Squeeze those shoulder blades together, either side of the spine. Open up here with the breath, and then fold forward, keeping that length. Head comes to the inside of the foot, and go down as low as you possibly can, trying to keep that left quad parallel to the earth. Really deepening in there, lifting the arms up, and looking back behind you into the right foot, lifting up out of the arch. Spiraling the thighs and the quads inwards towards you. If you've got your hands bound behind you, see if you can keep the palms together and then press into the feet. Inhale, lift up. Pull the hands down and then release. Exhale, hands to the earth. Inhale to step it back. Maybe the foot hovers, lowering down and pushing the heart through the arms. Back to your down dog. Okay, so we're going to do this with the breath, with the movement, one more time each side. So I can guide you. If you want to go at your own pace, feel free to. We'll all meet back together in down dog. Just one time each side, starting with that right foot up to the sky. Exhale, knee into the nose, shoulders over wrists. 3 breaths. Come out of your mind into the experience. So good for our mental health. Last one. Even though we're all moving differently, we all get the same benefits. Step that foot up. Inhale, rise up, warrior one. Exhale, hands behind. Inhale, straighten the arms, open the heart. Exhale, keep that leg lower down, bow down. Just one breath. Look to the foot, low as you can. Inhale, slowly pressing into the feet. Rise up. Exhale, release the hands, bring them down. Inhale, square the hips, step the foot back. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, open the heart, up dog. Keep pressing into the hands, down dog. Inhale, left foot up. Exhale, knee to nose. Good. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. High as you can. Squeezing it in. The floor is lava. Stepping that foot up, dropping the back heel. Inhale to rise. Virabhadrasana A. Exhale. Hands behind. Inhale. Straightening the arms. Bring the palms together. Exhale. Bowing down. Lifting the arms up. Engaging the core. Inhale. All the way up. Exhale, release the hands, release the tension in the face. Inhale, step the foot back. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, Adho Mukha, down dog. 3 breaths here. And if you'd like, you can drop onto the knees, reach the arms forward. This is Balasana, this is child's pose. You can always come here to rest. Otherwise, one more breath in down dog. Good, and then at this time, as we inhale, we're gonna look forward. Keep the arms nice and straight. Bend the knees, really bend them, bring them into the chest. Lift the heels up. Feel that bounce in the hips behind you. Look forward. We're going to hop as best we can and land really nice and slow in between the hands. Come into a forward fold. Straighten out through those legs. Take the hands behind the legs and see if you can pull yourself nice and close. As you do this, the legs gently start to twist in towards each other just a little bit. Like the thighs are wrapping in towards each other. Toes are pointing straight forward. Just starting to stretch out the back of the legs and the back a little bit in preparation for some balancing poses. When you're ready, you can relax that grip on the back of the legs, drop the hips, bend the knees, and then keep them bent as you inhale. Sweep the arms up, come up into your chair pose. And as you're here, just in the beginning, you can check yourself out, look down, and make sure that the knees are behind the toes, weights in the heels, butt sticking out, but don't let the butt flare out like this, right? You want to tuck it to keep that spine straight. Lift the arms up best you can. Look up into that space. Spark out through the fingertips. 3 breaths here. Let the breath help you relax in this pose. What's being a little lazy right now in your body that you can switch on and help you out? Last breath. But as we inhale, we're going to shift the weight into the left foot and bring that right knee into the chest. And then start to straighten out through that left leg. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Point the toe. Bring the hands to the knee. As you inhale, really start to lengthen out through the whole body. Bring that knee up towards your heart. Keep pointing the toe down. Feel the biceps turn on. Open up across the front of the chest. Good. So from here, you're either going to come into tree, right? So I'll show you, you're going to bring that knee off to the side, your right side, and you're going to bring the foot to the inside of the leg, okay? And if you can't do this, you can bring the foot down here, you can have it on the ground. Okay. Whoa. And then you're going to bring the hands to heart center. Press the hips forward. Lean back. Completely straight, stacking everything on top of that standing leg. And if you want more, you can spread out your branches. Just bring them all the way up. Just expand out through the heart best you can. Exhale, bring it back into the chest. You feel you're getting really tired here, you just can't stand it anymore. Just bring yourself down, give yourself a little bit of a break. Right. This isn't like an F45 class, so know that you're doing the best you can. I'm not going to push you. You can push yourself. All right. If you want a little bit more of a challenge, if you think you can push yourself further, okay, you want to get that right foot across that hip. And then the knee starts to point down. This is a half standing lotus. Okay, even bigger challenge. You take that hand that right hand around behind and see if you can grab for that foot. Okay, if you can't do this, just stay in your tree. And we're going to start slowly fold down over that standing leg. Come back into that forward fold that we had at the beginning. And keep trying to open your right hip by pushing the knee out away from you or off to the side. Relax the head and neck. Trying to look up and behind you. Last breath. And then as you exhale, you can release the bind if you've got it. And slowly bring that foot down. Back in your forward fold. See, everything's temporary. And every time we come to our mat and we remember that, we can be grateful for that. The nature, everything being fleeting, good and bad. Helps us to appreciate the good things more, helps us to get through the bad stuff faster. And easier. Okay? Just bend the knees, drop the hips, inhale, sweep yourself up in the chair. Exhale. See if you can feel where your knees need to be in relation to your ankles without looking down. Feel your spine, right? Stick the butt out and then tuck it a little bit. Find that space where it's like really hard to be there. You really feel the stomach start to switch on in the butt, the back of the legs. Stay there, 2 breaths. Open up. Give the lungs as much space as they need. Good, and this time we're going to start to bring the weight into the right foot. So just lifting that left knee up into the chest. And straightening that right leg. Coming into our tree. Opening that knee up out to the side, hands to heart center. You're pressing that foot into the leg and you're pressing that standing leg down into the ground. Everything's helping everything else out. Press your heart into your thumb knuckles. Good. Inhale. Try to lift the arms up if you want more. You go all the way up overhead or up to the side. Feel yourself growing tall in every single direction. Like you're giving the whole world a big hug, big smile on your face. Good, and if you want this to be like an F45 class, because you know we're all missing that right now, you can start to challenge yourself a little bit more. See if you can bring that foot in front of that hip. Knee starts to point down, but still pushing the hip forward, so you're opening it up. And left arm's going to come around for the bind, grabbing the toe. And maybe if you can't come around for the bind, just be happy with where you are. Maybe hand just to the back, the middle of the back. Right, don't be surprised if you can get one side and not the other. Like me, I'm like completely not even. Big breath in. So fold forward. Controlled. If it feels uncontrolled, you've forgotten about the breath. Got to go back to the breath. Good. Trying to minimize that space between your chest and your leg. Using your whole foot to help you out. Relax your jaw, relax your face. You don't need the tension there. See if you can transform that into strength somewhere else. Good, and then very slowly, very carefully, if you've got the bind, if you've got that half load, it's just undoing it. Everyone brings their foot down to the mat. Forward fold. And we'll come into a little bit of a stretch here. So you can either face the side of your mat Or you can just bring your feet wide wherever is comfortable for you. So your toes are pointing straight forward, and they've almost got to point in a little bit so that the outer edges of your feet are parallel to each other. And then take the hands behind, interlace the fingers, open up through the chest, same like we did going over that lunge, and exhale, keeping that spine nice and long. Let's come down halfway, hover here, engaging through the abs, and then coming down, exhale, release everything out, let the arms spill up over your head. And if your arms don't go there, or that's uncomfortable for you, just let them rest on your back, but keep squeezing the shoulder blades together. Keep seeing if you can lengthen the front side of the torso, and at the same time squeezing yourself in towards the legs. Good, last breath. Everyone release the bind. Exhale, hands to the mat or the earth. We're going to start to bend into one leg and then the other. And as you bend into that one knee, the toes are going to come up on the other side. This is a little bit of a Skandasana variation. Let's take that arm that's closest to the leg, reach it out there, and then inhale, lift it up. And as you lift up, you're going to come up out of that hip and over to the other side. And you can just set yourself up any way that's comfortable for you here. Looking to that toe, lifting it up. You can be up on the other toe. Ankle down, doesn't matter. And then reach that opposite arm, the arm that's closer to that leg, reaching over to it. Lifting it up. Bending into the other side. Back and forth. Good. Slowly lift the hips up, come back to the center. Fold forward, walk the feet together. We're going to come down all the way onto the back. So, let's bring that right knee into the chest. That left knee is still bent, so the foot's flat on the floor on the left leg. And you're going to take that right ankle, cross it over the left, and start to pull that left leg in. Really familiar glute stretch. Beautiful little sunset happening in front of me right now. If you guys don't have a sunset happening in front of you, you can always just close your eyes and bring one into your mind's eye. And perfect example of the ephemerality of everything. Just going to let the heart beat slow down and relax. And we'll release, switch sides. If you guys normally, after your F45 classes, don't take a lot of time to stretch and you start doing these videos, I promise you, when we go back to our daily lives, seeing each other in the studio, in the gym, you are going to absolutely love it. It's going to change your life. Just start hanging out at F45 for way longer than 45 minutes. It's like stretching out, talking, chilling out. Let's release that leg. Feet flat on the floor, hands down by the side. Just press into the arms and start to lift the hips up, maybe walking the hands in towards each other. Maybe you clasp the hands underneath the body. Inhale, press into the triceps, lift the hips up, press into the feet. As we exhale, release the arms out to the side. We're going to slowly roll down, link by link by link. And then just let the knees drop left and right. We're going to bend, we're going to come back to the center and bend the knees back in towards the chest, and we're going to bring them out to the side, so it's like we're trying to bring them in underneath our armpits. And then we're going to bring the feet up, grab for the ankles or the outside edges of the feet, wherever your hands land, and just start to pull those knees in towards you. And maybe if it feels good for you, you can rock left to right, just bounce off of your elbow. And as you're pulling your knees in towards you at the same time, so your butt doesn't come up off of the mat, you're trying to bring the tailbone back down towards the earth. Keep that spine long, always. Release those legs, bring the knees into the chest. Keep them up nice and high as you bring the arms out to the sides. Little goalpost by your ear. And then exhale, relax, bring the knees over the right. Keep that left shoulder pinned down to the ground best you can. And if you want more, you can look to the left. And that twist up into the spine, and twist up into the neck. Feels so good to move, having the sunset. Now we can hear crickets and frogs. Inhale, knees up, back to center. Exhale, dropping them to the left. Keep that right shoulder pinned down if you can. And then maybe looking to your right. Alright, inhale, back through center. Do one last little pose before we go into our Shavasana. If you've got a couple pillows, it can be really nice to put them underneath your butt for this one. So like sit on top of them, roll yourself back, and then just bring your legs up. Arms out to the side. And the pillows is just there to help get more out of the pose. You still get the same benefits, but it just feels a little nice to lean into them, relax more that way. Coming out of the thinking mind into the present moment, really utilizing this time for ourselves. And really appreciate these fleeting moments. Feel the connection you have to everyone else in the world who's experiencing the same thing, the same human emotions and human condition. So you're going to bring the knees down into the chest whenever you're ready, and then bring the feet flat on the floor. If you've got those pillows, bring them off to the side. Maybe you can put one under your head. And we're going to come down into our Shavasana, our frontal relaxation. Everyone's favorite part of yoga. Just spread the body out, spread eagle on the ground. And Shavasana means corpse pose. So in this pose we practice being a corpse. What does a corpse do? They do nothing, they just lie there. I like to imagine sometimes that I'm like a rock, or that I'm just the earth, and I'm just watching everything. Rocks and the earth and corpses, they don't talk. I just watch. So I'll let you lie here for as long as you like. Just enjoy your time. Take advantage of this temporary situation that we're all in. And I hope to see you soon in the next video. Namaste.